Okay. All right. Let's see what happens. Do we have audio? All right. Here we go. Let's see what happens. All right. Okay. Okay. I think so. I think we're here. Let me know if you can't hear me for some reason. All right. So, phone is busted. And I was like trying to scramble to set this up because I haven't done a live directly to YouTube or anything before. So you can't tell really, but the entire so it works, but my entire phone back and camera is being held together by this case. If I take this case off, the camera and everything just kind of crumbles out of here. So but surprisingly, the back camera works. This works. The front camera though is actually not in the slot anymore. It's like flipped behind, so the front camera doesn't work at all. Like my Face ID doesn't work. So I had to I've got like Apple Care Plus on it, so they're gonna send me a replacement in the mail, and then I have to set it up and then send this one back, but could be a couple days. You prefer you can watch on the big screen. I don't, Mr. Roper, because I haven't shaved. I'm a mess. The lighting isn't. I don't have that YouTuber lighting. Should I put some purple light behind me and some blue light over here, some edge light over here, some fill light over here? What do you think? I have it playing over here, which is a bad idea because it's like on a delay, and it's really kind of annoying. So I'm gonna I only had it there so I could see the chat there, but I didn't realize I could see the chat here. So that's cool. So maybe what I'll do is let me mute this tab. I gotta put some sound on because it's so quiet, and I'm not used to that. Usually I got G.I. Joe playing or something. So let's get some G.I. Joe going. It's weird to see my own. Oh, the thumbnail artwork, terrible. I apologize for the terrible artwork, but I didn't even think I was going to do this. There we go. Hopefully that doesn't eat up too much bandwidth. Let me know if everything slows down or gets weird, especially because I got the door closed. Wi-Fi can get a little weird in here. Hopefully we're good. So how's everybody doing? This is weird. I'm gonna have to get used to this. So I apologize if I'm a little off base today. So I got some stuff in the mail. I got this guy from Mezco. I got this dude. It's even got flocked hair. So we need to get some 60s Joes from Mezco. Excited for this guy. I haven't opened my Firefly yet, surprisingly. I totally forgot. I love the thumbnail. Broken Gun is awesome. Oh, yeah, I know. I was like, what can I use for a thumbnail? And I was like, what can I use from G.I. Joe for my broken phone? I was like, oh, Gung Ho's baby. I mean, Skydro, you know how much I love like pulp novels and pulp like film and all that stuff. So anything like pulpy, I from the 50s, 60s, 70s era, I love, So Doc Savage got him. I also got that retro wave case from Entertainment Earth. I haven't even opened it yet. So I'll open that up. And I got this Hasbro Pulse thing today, which shocked the hell out of me. So this came. So let's open that one up. Let's open that one up. And we got G.I. Joe Day coming up Sunday, guys. So that'll be fun. What are we at here? We got hold on, let me see. We got a whole 8 people watching. Oh my god. Like and subscribe. No, don't do that. Do not. I was just kidding. I'm not serious. I'm not going to do that. Make sure you smash the thing and over here and do that thing over there. God, I'm not doing that. I hate it. I'm trying to keep this as like unprofessional as possible. That's the goal. All right. I can't believe this came already. This is crazy. I didn't think this. I thought this was a pre-order, and technically it wasn't. I got this dude. Hold on. Yeah, I got this guy because he's gonna be my Mindbender messed up Serpentor thing, that red monster he created because Corporate Commander messed up the goop. So yeah, so I got him. Pretty exciting. Okay, hold on. Let me read some comments. I got the Hawk set for 34. Nabbed 2 of them, and the Snake Eyes for 30. Toying around. Where did you get Did you get that at like Walmart or something? That's awesome. Full honesty, that retro wave is kind of weak. I like. Let me think about it. Let me open it up. I really like Zap. I'm stoked for Zap, and I like the female Crimson Guard. You know, Crazy Legs. I get the screaming face is a little whatever. I'm gonna get some use out of it though, for sure. I mean, everyone uses that one yelling Marvel Legends head for every toy photo of a guy yelling, so it's nice to have another yelling face floating around. All right. Crimson Guard female. Look at those hips. All right. Exciting. Wish she came with some unmasked heads. She was supposed to, I think, but all right. And there he is. I don't know. It's not bad. I don't like how like his tongue is flipped up because they don't drill into the head with the sculpt, but I can mask that. It really doesn't look bad. I don't know. I mean, I know I'm gonna hit that centerpiece with some silver and the buckles with some silver, and I might do a few other deco hits or myself and some a wash on him. I don't know. I like it. I mean, there's going to be weak waves from time to time, depending on what you're looking for. I can tell you the next retro wave. Is it the next one? Yeah, I think it's the next one. Is going to be weaker. At least, you know, we're going to get Wild Bill. We've already seen that leak, but like he's pretty much Wild Bill with green gloves that you got with the Dragonfly. So, Crimson Guard number 2. I'm happy they're not doing some stupid stuff where you're getting like 2 Crazy Legs and 1 Troop Builder in the box. You know what I mean? And Zap, man, Zap looks dope, man. So here's what I got to do with Zap. You know, the here, in here, in here, I'm gonna hit with silver. So buckle. Hit those with silver. I might look for some other opportunities to hit with some silver, and then hit him with a wash, and he's good to go. I'll probably dry brush the Black Rifle and stuff, but yeah, he's good. I mean, the artwork is whatever, you know, whatever. What are you gonna do about that? You know, it's. I mean, it's nice, like thicker packaging, but besides that, you know, Super 7 does a much better job with the packaging design. So. I mean, it's weird being on YouTube because I feel like, man, I was was afraid to open this door, but now that I'm on YouTube, I'm wading into the waters with the sharks around that certain island and all that stuff that I just drama that ends up following people when they're on YouTube. Window Viper, what's up, man? I thought the Hawk set was overpriced at $79. Especially since the Stinger was 70. Stinger set is 75 at Walmart. Got it. Glad I was able to get them at 34. Yeah, hell yeah. I haven't been to Walmart in a while, especially because it's been like fucking bone cold here. So I don't know what's on sale where. I did go to Ross twice in the last couple weeks. Nothing. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Now that I'm doing this on YouTube, not that I can't share photos on Instagram because I can, but let's see if I can find the photo. I just imported all the photos off of my camera or my phone because I broke it. So I just dumped them here until I could figure out what to do with them and organize them. So, all right, let me see what I can find. I wish these would come in order, but apparently not. Yeah, I got to make it to Walmart because if they're marking stuff down like that, then I got to get in there and see if I can pick up something cheap. Man, I don't know where these are. What else we got? Yeah, it's a decent wave. Just kind of boring considering the choice. The choice is 86 roadblock. Oh, you want an 86 roadblock? It's weird because, I can't reach him. Let's see if I can reach him. Because the very first figure in the line was pretty much 86 roadblock, just slightly, updated. The vest anyway. But yeah, they could totally redo this with a new vest and maybe even don't make it a secondary, like do a low light thing where I don't know if it'll work, but you could do like a low light thing where it's kind of built into the buck so he has more. I mean, he'll have that chest cut, but still, then you got some more posability. Yeah, like a retro 86. Yeah, like that makes a lot of sense. You could do two heads, give him the all white eyes from the movie when he goes blind, or like where put the eyeball in but make it like faint. But you probably want a different expression because otherwise you'd be the same head with a slightly different paint deco for the eyes. That would kind of be boring. But yeah, that would be a good one. I ordered that case of Entertainment Earth like that first day everyone found out they had it, and it keeps getting delayed in shipping due to weather. Oh no, dude, that sucks. Mine was supposed to be here tomorrow and it got here today. So that was interesting. I showed up and I was like, oh, I got it early. That never happens. Yes, the wind, but will it work? What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm still trying to find that damn photo. I got a funny photo, but since they imported thousands of photos and they came in whatever order they felt like, and I saw the images as they were coming in, the ones I'm talking about, and I was like, oh yeah, there's those photos from Ross, and of course now when I want them, I can't find them. Actually, wait. No, yeah, it's all out of order, and I don't know how to reorder these. God damn it, guys. Anyway, what I'm trying to show you is the entire. I went to Ross twice, both times, and it wasn't like day after each other. They're like several days apart. I want to say 5 days apart. I went to Ross. There is nothing on the toy aisle shelves. And when I mean nothing, I mean nothing. Like just empty shelves. So the first day I went and it was empty, I was like, okay, well, I'll give it a couple days because maybe they're going to do a restock because they cleaned the shelves out. And I waited for 5 days, and no, same. And I don't want to keep driving there and driving back and driving there and driving back. Like shit. That's why I order everything online. And yeah, I don't get the huge deals, but I don't have to drive all over a creation hoping that the toy is actually there when I get there. I just order it like this Entertainment Earth Wave, or like that. What the hell is he called? The Abomination, and they just show up, and that's great. Sometimes they show up early. Oh, I hate when I can't find shit. Damn it. Well, I'm gonna just keep blabbering. Maybe I'll come across it by accident. Y'all get ready for Sunday. Yeah, so what are they doing Sunday? Because I have been out of the loop the last couple days. Are we talking about, like, are they gonna post stuff all day long on Sunday? Is that the plan? Are they gonna be doing like reveals and stuff and their socials all day on Sunday? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh my God, stop it. Stop. Do not unsubscribe, please. Unlike, dislike. I definitely want to leverage YouTube for stuff, and I will now that I've kind of got my feet wet here. I can do some editing sessions. So a plan would be I would stream. I don't even know how this works, but like maybe it's just I share my screen, stream that, and I'm in Lightroom or most likely in Photoshop doing edits and stuff, and you can see kind of like my process on my edits for my photos, and I just kind of talk through that. That would be fun, you know. So I'm going to start doing that, I think, but I don't want this to become I'm gonna make a living off of YouTube and quit my job. That's never gonna happen. You know, I don't know. Maybe I don't know enough about it where I don't even think that's something that I want to do. But I know other guys have done it. I think that Sir Dork guy does it. He blew up huge. I remember I was in Columbus then, and he did that one video that was like on one of those Dodo or BuzzFeed or something, one of those kind of websites, and it was all over Facebook, and it got like shared everywhere. That's the first time I heard of him, and then he just blew up. And so I think I check in with his channel every so often, and I think he said he's doing that full time. But when you have that many like followers, subscribers, whatever, then I guess it makes sense if you get that many views or whatever. But I don't know. You know, that could or could not last. And then what? You know, like what if you do that for 3 years and then nobody likes you anymore, and then you got to find a job, and people are like, okay, what were you doing at your last job? They're like, well, you didn't have a job for 3 years. What were you doing? Well, I was just doing YouTube videos. You know, I don't know. You just got to hope that doesn't dry up. Don't forget to hit that bell. I wonder if this weekend is going to be prehistoric. Oh, I would expect the cat's like out of the bag with that, right? I figure, I mean, it depends on what the line plan set up for actual pre-orders, but they would probably, if they're not going to go for pre-order, they're going to probably at least show the render. You know what I mean? If it's not ready to sell, they'll at least show the render. I'm going back. It's cool. I didn't think the comments would show up here for some reason. I guess that makes a bunch of stuff. What does this mean? Show comments on stage. What does that mean? Chat overlay lets you display live comments directly on your stream. Oh, that would be if I was on Instagram or something, probably. Because you guys can see the chat, right? On YouTube. Can you see the chat on YouTube? I'm literally have no idea what I'm doing. So I apologize. You guys are used to watching guys who are like pros at this shit. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Start a YouTube channel and pray the dollar doesn't collapse. Oh my God. Let's not even go there, dude. I'm not going to go there. Your boy, that dude is destroying everything. It's fine. It's cool. We're good. We're fine. We'll survive barely. We'll outlive him, and then we'll have to pick up the pieces. Yeah, but I'm only seeing skyrocketing. Oh, Skydro and Window Viper? Well, it's probably the only people in here. toying around. I think toying around, Mr. Roper, Skydro. I mean, it's not like I'm going to get dozens of people in here. Yeah, I only got 4 people in here right now. And it's fine. Again, I don't give a shit. I'm not going to do like what people do, be like, well, you only got so many people in your stream. First of all, I stream on Instagram. So, and I'm doing this out of necessity. Second of all, it's just us hanging out. So it's fine. You know, this isn't about numbers. This is just about hanging out. So you're probably only seeing the actual comments. Skydro is skyrocketing. Is that who stole my number 1? Oh, maybe. Hey, bro, I love checking your Thursday night talks. Oh, thanks, dude. Yeah, I almost didn't do it tonight. I was like, well, phone's screwed up. Can't do it. But then at like the last hour before I did this, I was like, maybe I could do. I have StreamYard. Maybe I could do this. And then I'm like, well, all right, what do I have to do? And I had to do like a crash course on like, okay, gotta connect it to my YouTube account. Okay, gotta create a thumbnail that's 16 by 9 because my thumbnails are meant for Instagram. Like, okay, I gotta recreate that. Made a shitty one, but it's there. Hooked up my microphone. Is it okay, the sound? I have this microphone. It's just like this Blue Yeti. I don't know if the gain is set right. I just hooked it up. I haven't used it in a while. So, but yeah, so we got it's cool that we have the G.I. Joe Day coming out this weekend, because it feels like we haven't had anything G.I. Joe wise in a while, because we had that November, December, January kind of dip that we have every year. So it's been quiet for that. So it's exciting to get back to this. This is the best Joe chat going. Oh, thanks, dude. Hey, appreciate it. I just kind of BS. But Skydro does make a point sometimes about how like there are some Joe talk out there that's just like, nah, they don't 100% know. I don't know everything either. Like, ask me about Sigma 6 and I probably won't know a lot. But it is frustrating when you're watching a stream talking about Joe and they don't know who Spirit is or something. You're like, well, excuse me? Excuse me? Yeah, so I'm still, as I'm talking, I'm still scrolling with these millions of photos I imported today off my phone. I don't put these in the cloud because I don't want them clogging up my cloud storage. So I usually just like every so often dump them, and I haven't done it like all year. So now I had to do a huge photo dump. And of course, it's like not organized by like a certain. Yeah, it's not organized by a certain order. Because I mean, this is from 2 weeks ago, but I can't. The way I imported them, I can't really. I don't know what metadata it's reading, but it's not sorting it by date properly. So you guys freezing still? It's 8 degrees outside here right now. 8 degrees. Low tonight will be 0. No. Yes, 0 is the low. Tomorrow, technically. 0 at 7 a.m. High tomorrow is 11. Oof. Man. Finally we don't get above 32 supposedly until next Friday. If that holds. Because it could change. And we haven't been above 32 in like at least a week to 10 days. Yeah, what kind of G.I. Joe fan are you? Yeah, I mean, I get it. Like, there are people who are just toy channels, right? They're going to talk about everything, Master Universe and Silverhawks and Transformers and G.I. Joe and Turtles and whatever else, Legends and Black Series and blah, blah, blah. But, so you're not going to know everything about everything. It's pretty tough. But if you are Joe focused, I remember years ago, a few of us kind of trolled a guy who talked about Joe's and read all of his comments. We would quote lines like, "The Viper is coming," and he had no clue what we were doing. Oh, really? Was it us? Did we do that? Man, did we? Or are you talking about someone else? The Viper is coming. Yeah, you got to know that. Come on, man. You got to know that. That's like, basics, man. That's like Skydro would freak. Skydro is an interesting character because he. Correct me if I'm wrong, Skydro, but your knowledge base is on the cartoon, and you didn't really read the comic book growing up. Whereas other people kind of had both, including me. I had both. Some people say they only read the comic and didn't watch the cartoon. I'm sure there are a few people that is true for, but I call BS on a lot of people because as a kid growing up, you're definitely watching the cartoon. You know what I mean? I think it's more of an adult retcon looking back at your life to say, well, when I became an adult, the cartoon is kind of goofy to me now, so I'm going to say I never liked the cartoon, but that's just looking through your adult lens, which of all the cartoons from the 80s, G.I. Joe is probably holds up the best or one of the best. Maybe Robotech holds up, but He-Man does not hold up. That does not hold up at all. Okay, hold on. Oh, you guys are trolling me now? Oh, Window Viper. That's funny. No, it was Roundhead. I think Skydro and me and it was Joe's Multiverse live stream. Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't there. I don't even know. I'm in the weeds, or I'm not the weeds. That's the right term. I'm out of loop on that one. I didn't really read the comic either. Got it. Just getting into it now with the compendium. Dude, the comic is so good. And Skydro, if you haven't read the comic yet, do you have the compendium? You should definitely read it. I have the PDFs. So, the thing with the compendium, it's on nice paper. Except if you get the soft cover one, I think it's on newsprint. But the PDFs are super clean, which to me the art doesn't look as good. Like you want it on that newsprint. You want that texture, 575. 575. I don't know. It's a reference I'm not getting. The G.I. Joe Kickstarter compendium has been huge. I've been getting caught up in the books and collected all 1 to 50 in the first count. Nice. Oh, Chris. Hey, Chris is here. What's up, dude? We're up to 7 whole people. This is crazy. I've read a few. Compendium set is beautiful. 5.75 start on the west corner. What? I'm so confused right now. It's probably something I should get, and my mind is elsewhere. The compendium set is good. I got the hardcovers, but I kind of want to get the softcover newsprint one too. But I have all the comics. It's just, opening the bags, taking them out of the box, opening the bags up one by one, reading them can get a little tedious once you have compendiums. You're like, oh, they're all right here. But I started a reread, and I think I got to about 50 or in the 50s or 60s, and I fizzled out a couple months ago. So I think I'm going to restart and start over. It's fun. It's a fun read. I think when you get around the Cobra Civil War in the 50s and 60s, like that whole era, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, like issues, those are like top notch. And then later, when you get into the 90s and 100s with MD Bright pencils, he's my favorite Joe artist. I love Rod Wiggum, and I love Rod Wiggum, and of course the covers by oh man, why am I blanking? Too tired. You know what I'm saying. The classic artists. We got Rod Wiggum, Herb Trimpe, and who did all the awesome covers that I am? Oh, Lee Weeks is great. Who did all the awesome covers though? Why am I totally blanking? See, I'm not a real Joe fan. I'm just blanking on all the names. Like every iconic G.I. Joe cover was done by Chief Wiggum. No, Rod Wigham with an H. God, I don't know. My eyes are aching. I've been a long day. I gotta get an MRI on my shoulder next week to see if it's because I've still had issues with it. I don't know if it's a tear. Fugazi, how dare you? How very dare you? I could boot you from here. No, I'm just kidding. I can't believe no one else has told me this yet. Okay, I'm going in. This is hard to type around my microphone. Okay, all right. All right, here we go. Why isn't anybody saying the name of the person in here? Zach. Jesus Christ. Mike Zach, thank you. Got in there just late. Yes. Mike Zach. God damn it. I hate when I blink on the most obvious things. Yeah, Mike Zach covers were just, I mean, just insane. So many iconic covers. He did the Grim Reaper kind of cover with the M60. Like he's just amazing. Is that a normal Coke, no Monster? This YouTube must be sponsored. Oh, no, it's not a Coke. It's a Michael. It's a Bublé. It's a bubbly. I had a energy drink earlier, but it's too late to be doing that now. I am a live show on Saturdays with the Savage Land on his channel called Night Force. When you're doing it live and off the rip, sometimes it's easy to forget something or mix. Yeah, especially at the end of the day. Like it's 10:30. I got up at 7. I had that doctor appointment for my shoulder, which was like a decent drive. Then I to an area I've never been before. It was 0 degrees outside, and I'm driving, and I'm like, then I got off the wrong exit, and I had to turn around, and then my phone got stuck between my seat and my console. You know when it slides out of your pocket and goes down. Of course, like the dumb, like David. I know they make things you can stuff in there now, so that doesn't happen. But fell down there. So when I get to the place, finally, I get out and I'm trying to get it out of there, but the gap is like this wide, so I can't get my hand all the way in there. And I'm like, what the hell, man? Like, I'm gonna be late for my appointment. So I'm like trying to wrestle around, and I feel the phone, but I can't get it out. And then so it kind of flips. I can't get it for a second. It flips. It slides back down, and then I'm like, well, I gotta move the seat. So I go to move the seat, and I move it violently because I'm in a hurry. And somehow the phone got wedged on the track of the seat. So when I rolled it back, it jammed it. And I don't know if it totally broke then or when I tried to unjam it and rip it out instead of moving the seat again like an idiot. It like came out, and I didn't realize. I thought the cover was just coming off. And as I'm walking in, I'm like, I can't get the cover back on. And then I went to take the cover off to like reseat it, and the whole back was like the camera thing and everything's like separating, and I'm like, the back is shattered, and I'm like, oh my god. So then I had to go to the Apple store and do that thing, but then they didn't have a replacement in the store, so then I had to do the chat to get it sent to my house. I'm like, oh my god. Plus, so all day it's been like chaos. It's just like some stuff that happened today. So anyway, yeah, so I'm like, my eyes are aching and I'm tired. So on top of doing it live, I'm like just fuzzy, Plus setting this all up, having no idea what I'm doing with this. Ace versus Wild Weasel, top-notch Zek cover. Oh my god, there's so many top-notch Zek covers, for sure. Like, yes. So many. Yeah, he just like, every cover he did was on point for the contents of that issue, if you know what I mean, So what do you guys expect for Sunday? In fact, hold on, let's take a look. What do we know we're getting? We know that Hydro Viper was announced, right? Let's take a look. I got some files I can take a peek at. All right, let's take a look. Let me find my folder, and we'll go through and talk about what we think. Here we go. All right. Okay. We know Hydro Viper's coming. And is that it? Is that all we know for the next wave? No, we know Deep Six is coming, but he'll be a deluxe, so he's not in the regular wave. We know Red Dog and Taurus are coming. That'll be a 2-pack. What else do we know? I feel like there's another one we know. I'm just looking through. Oh, we know Zanya's coming. We know that. Maybe the collar reveal. Yeah, the collar reveal could be a thing. Yep. Would you say water moccasin with gunner? I wouldn't expect that this year. Wouldn't expect it this year. But I could be wrong. But I got a sneaking suspicion. Zanya. Okay, yeah. So yeah, it's crazy. Like, what renders do we have? Royal Guard, right? That hasn't gone out for pre-order yet, right? So that's got to go out for pre-order. So we got a render for Royal Guard, and we've got no render for Red Dog or Taurus, which is crazy. Destro Goldhead, maybe render reveal. Yeah, they haven't officially named him, right? That wasn't an official name. That's just one of the leaks that's out there, correct? So that could be that could be a thing. Zanya render could be a thing. Red Dog and Taurus seem weird to me. We haven't got a render for them, but they name dropped those like 6 months ago. So I almost feel like we'll probably, here's what they'll probably do. This is what they did with the Lifeline Night. Did they do it with Lifeline Night Viper Big Lob Wave? Yeah, they did. For that last wave, and I think even the wetsuit mainframe, who else? Sci-Fi wave, that wave in Grim Viper. They gave you the renders the week prior to the pre-order. So they did like the pre-order. So they did like each day they gave like, was it YouTubers or something? Like somebody got Grim Viper. I think Full Force got Grim Viper, and somebody else got Sci-Fi. And they showed those in sequential days. I think they gave one to BBTS, and they messed up and forgot about it till like 2 days later. So they each revealed it, and then the following week, it was what you saw the week before. So they probably will do something like that. Like, we'll probably do the Cobra Law Royal Guard, because that render's been out forever. And then they might do the next wave, which would be like Hydro Viper and so-and-so. I'm looking at the names and I can't tell you what they are. And so-and-so and someone else and another person. So they'll do, they might do those, and then those go for pre-order. But I would imagine with the 5-figure wave, did I say 4? Because it's 5 now. With the 5-figure wave, you'll get a deluxe. So that could be the harness thing. That could be like the Royal Guard is maybe, because that's deluxe and that hasn't gone out for pre-order. So I bet you the Royal Guard's going to be for sure, because I think that's supposed to ship in April. So I think that'll be definitely going up. Then the harness thing might go up 2 packs. Red Dog and Taurus might go up. Trying to look around to see if there's anything interesting. Yeah, I would feel like Red Dog and Taurus should be a thing. Render for Destro, maybe, yeah, if that's a thing. Ninja Force Zartan. We know that. They've name dropped him. He's a deluxe. That could also go up. Or no, he's either a deluxe or he's an exclusive. He's an exclusive. So that could go up. I'm just looking around. Let's see what else we got hanging out. Oh, and then of course, yeah, we got the retro waves. We got Wild Bill, and so and so and so and so. That Skydro, if you thought this retro wave was lame, I feel like you're gonna really think the next one's lame. Like, really. It could go the other way. One of these names could be wrong, and it ends up being somebody else, which would be good. Or one of the ones they could do like the opposite of what they did with Wild Bill. Instead of literally making him the exact same as the one we already got, they could do a different version of that guy, you know. But I'm gonna wait and see because I don't have a lot of hope for this retro wave. I hope to God they surprise me and do a little twist on these, but it doesn't look fun. So Sandy and So Paul need a good retro wave. Well, the next one could either be like one of them could be good if they just for one of we'll talk about it. Bank this for later. When they show the next retro wave, I'll tell you what I was thinking about for two of the figures. Obviously, we already know Wild Bill. He leaked. We saw him. We know what he looks like. The other two could be it could go. It could be like this: incredibly lame, or oh, that's interesting. Oh, it's a little bit different. That's actually kind of cool. Those are the two. It's kind of cool, actually. Not too bad. Oh, it's okay. Or really? So we'll see. Didn't they name drop Blizzard? No. Or one of the other winter guys, Iceberg. Yes, they did Iceberg, and he is not going to be in the next wave. I'll tell you that. Unless I don't know, shit moves around. Shit moved around last year. The last couple waves, they got all jumbled up. Like Sci-Fi was supposed to be in one wave, got moved to a different. Cobra Commander was supposed to be in another wave, got moved to another one. So they got all jumbled. So that could still happen this year. All in on Ninja Force. Yeah. Well, you got to get Ninja Force Zartan, and you know there's more. I think they even said there was more Ninja Force coming. So a maximum G.I. Joe line. Yeah, totally. I would be down for that. People are going to complain and be like, "Oh, I'm going to pay $50 for a figure. It should only be $25, and it's got toe articulation. So why is he more?" I don't know. Give it to me. I'll take it. Give me some ninjas with like ultimate articulation. I'll buy a few for sure. I mean, they need to add more to the line to keep it going. That's how you keep a line fresh. You got to add some new stuff to it. Oh, the Snow Troop pack. Yeah, that's a good one toying around. Sorry, I'm catching up with some other ones. The Snow Troop pack. I don't know. It might be later. I think that may coincide more with when the Snowcat ships, to be honest. That would make more sense. So I don't know if that would be coming so soon. But you could. I would just I can't find it for sure right now. I don't know if I have it here. But my gut is telling me that's gonna be later. But it might not be. It might not be. So things get moved around. Like I said, things change all the time. Kind of cool. Sounds like Sunbow colors. What can I say about that? One was never in Sunbow. Technically it was. All right, so remember this. Remember this little bit, and we'll talk about it more. One was not in Sunbow, but it kind of was for a split second. And the other one was definitely in Sunbow. So did you watch Retaliation? No, I didn't. I didn't do my homework. I'm sorry. I will watch it, but I didn't do it this weekend. So I just didn't have the time. I literally Sunday shoveled for 4 hours outside. I went out at 4:30 in the afternoon. I came in at 8:30. That's how much shoveling I did. I shoveled my entire driveway, which isn't just the driveway. There's like a whole pad off of it. I did that whole thing. I did the sidewalk in front of my house and both neighbors on either side. I did my walkway up to the front door and the sidewalk in front of my porch, and then I went and did the walkway up to my neighbor's house on the one side, and then I did the apron to the street, and then all the stuff the snowplow had plowed in. And then by the time I was all done with the first pass, it was still snowing because I couldn't wait any longer. And then I went back and did like 2 or 3 passes on the whole thing. So yeah, that was more my back than my shoulder that day. But yeah, and then the next day I was out there for like probably an hour and a half. And then the day after that, maybe an hour. So I've been shoveling a lot. It's good exercise, but yeah, it takes a toll. Guy here on YouTube said Fan Channels ordered Hooded Cobra Commander for 75 deluxe price point. Yeah, now if those guys are ordering product, they're ordering product for their shops or stores. So that's not going to necessarily be the order windows for us. So if that is a thing, I wouldn't expect that super soon. But you never know again. Shit moves around. That's where like sometimes you find out about stuff super early and it's all set to go or the code names are set or whatever. But you know about it so early on that 18 months later when things are finally getting ready to go up for order, they've moved things around or changed codes or whatever. So stuff changes. They might have a problem at the factory or a problem with an IP that maybe they're trying to share or something, and then they got to swap things around. What else we got? So I expect 5-figure wave, probably Red Dog Taurus, Cobra Law Royal Guard for sure. I'm trying to look at these other ones. The collar reveal, that could be a thing, at least a render. A legacy. Yeah, we haven't gotten a legacy in a while, so probably something to do with a legacy soon. I'd imagine the next legacy figure. Yeah, they usually do 2 a year, right? So we should get one for the first half of the year. Then the 3-figure retro wave. Just looking at other things. Yeah, that might be most of it, but there's a few others that it could kind of squeak out. So it'll be interesting to see, and especially because I heard like Lifeline, Night Viper, Hit and Run, Big Lob, like isn't Amazon move up the dates on those? I think they did. I forgot what date they moved them up to, but that might be shipping sooner because it was supposed to ship in March, which is only a month away technically. So actually, it's but it might ship in February for some places. I know we are getting reveal Sunday, but when is the next pre-order? Yeah, I don't know for sure. It could be that week, like that Tuesday-ish, or it could be maybe the following week. Yeah, it might be that week because they do have Toy Fair. So also there's Toy Fair. So they could do this pre-order for G.I. Joe Day during the week or the week after, and then they'll do Toy Fair, and they might have another pre-order for Toy Fair. Maybe they do a deluxe or something for Toy Fair. That is what, the 14th, I think. So we might get another pre-order toward the end of February. I had February 26th for Prime pre-order moved up. Yeah, I think I think mine moved up too because I ordered some of the Mole Rats, and one of each of the other figures from Amazon. Oh, no, I ordered like 5 Night Vipers and like 5 Mole Rats from Amazon, and then I got one of each of the other ones. They're killing me with these troop builders, man. I want to know why Hasbro doesn't treat G.I. Joe like Mattel treats Barbie. Even AI couldn't explain it to me like I was fine. I don't know either, man. We can assume a lot of things. Like we could assume that you know, the things everybody goes to, like, oh, well, it's a military line. It's really hard to sell the military to kids, especially these days, blah, 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 blah. Could be that. Or it could just be they don't have the connective tissue glue wise in the decision making level of Hasbro, like the senior management, you know, the VPs, the marketing VPs. Maybe they don't have anybody to glue it all together. So we all know they have a skeleton crew working under them because they fire everybody. So maybe they just don't have enough people to put together a cohesive marketing plan and treat it like Barbie. My girlfriend works for a convention company that throws pop culture conventions, and they are currently working on a Barbie convention with Mattel. Why can't Hasbro do an official G.I. Joe convention? Why can't, you know what I mean? It's just so weird. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know. It's a good question, Skydro. I work in marketing, so I mean, I'm the user experience, e-commerce, web experience side of things. But I work, you know, I'm in marketing meetings all day for my company. It's not exciting. It's not pop culture, but you know, my company has trouble putting messaging together. The company I used to be at, which was a retail merchandise product company that had different brands, they had issues putting marketing plans together. I don't know why it's so hard. Maybe it's because when you have so many moving parts and you have so many like cooks, too many cooks in the kitchen at the senior level, but not enough cooks making the food. You know what I mean? That's when there's problems. There's too many order givers. They don't have enough order takers, or the order takers know better than the order givers, and order givers are always asking for the wrong thing, which is creating natural friction between who knows really what they should be doing and who just got promoted to a level where they're just, you know, giving the orders, but they don't know anything, you know. I think that happens too often. That's corporate America. That's why so much of the shit sucks. Not just toys, but think about how many, like everywhere you go, like, the quality of everything is getting worse. The commercials are getting worse. The products are getting worse. The packaging is getting worse. It's because you got just a bunch of idiots running things. I know. You know what I mean? Whatevs. I had February 26th for Prime. Oh, yeah, I read that. Entertainment Earth has a multiple listing for Hasbro in February. I mean, we're definitely getting pre-orders for damn sure. Yeah, it is frustrating, man, because you know, and then here's the other layer. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention legal departments. That is where a lot of good ideas go to die. Because you have, at these companies, corporate companies, you have entire departments of legal, like lawyer people sitting there with nothing to do but take a shit on every good idea you come up with. So you come up with a good marketing idea, we should partner with this brand, and we should do this, and we should do this, and then legal's got to review it, and legal says, well, actually, we can't do that because of this agreement, or you didn't cross this T or dot this I, or we shouldn't do this because it could open the door for a lawsuit, so we're not allowed to do anything fun. That's where a lot of this shit dies, is the legal departments. You wonder why, like, why doesn't I don't know this. I'm gonna just I'm literally spitballing and just making wild assumptions, but it would not surprise me in the least if we're like, why doesn't G.I. Joe do a Call of Duty first-person shooter? It wouldn't surprise me in the least if they've tried to do that 1,000 times and legal's like, we don't want to open the door. Like, what if someone becomes, like, what if someone takes this into real life and does something terrible, and the game is their inspiration, and we get sued and we're on the news? Like, I can just see the robots in the legal department putting roadblocks up, no pun intended, to anything fun, especially since He-Man is getting this awesome movie. Like, WTF, how is G.I. Joe getting pasted like this? You know why? Because He-Man's fantastical, and it's fantasy, and it's just like Star Wars, even though it's more, I wouldn't say realistic, but there's like, I don't know, it's called Wars. I don't know. But He-Man is so fantastical. It's so fantasy. And G.I. Joe is grounded in the real world, right? So they have like real world military fatigues and guns, and it changes the dynamic. But look what they did to He-Man though. Even that, like the armor sucks. The character design is all Hollywood Guardians of the Galaxy costume design. I'm sure it'll be fine, I guess. But like, why can't you just? Why do you? Because they gotta hire Hollywood people to put their stamp on it. We don't need anybody to redesign the fucking characters. We got them. We got Man at Arms, big orange armor. We've got Roboto, looks fine. Why you gotta make Roboto look like the guy from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? Like, so stupid. But like Hollywoodize everything, and it just looks all the same. It just looks like another Guardians of the Galaxy. It just, But they could do a G.I. Joe movie if they didn't mess with the character designs and actually used the characters as they looked, but leaned more into some of the fun sci-fi ninja stuff, like, we want to design a ninja, a leader for the ninjas in the G.I. Joe movie. Let's put a team on it to design it. Or, here you go. I got your design. You don't need to spend anything. Here you go. Got it. Boom, done. There's your ninja leader. We need a guy who's kind of like an ex-Cobra, but he joined the Joes. What should he look like? I don't know. Got him. Here it is. The name's Mercer. He's got Viper pants and a red vest and a crew top, kind of flat top thing. Done. Character design done. We're good. Got it. Next character. Who do we need? We need Cobra Commander, but you know what? We don't want to do like the chrome mask one or the hood one. We want something more that he can wear into battle. What could he look like? Got him right here. Here it is. Got him. Here's the design. Got it. Here's the 3D turnaround. Here's what he looks like. Boom. Done. Like that's all I got to do. And then you can lean into the more fun, fantastical elements of G.I. Joe. And it's not so real. And then maybe you can get around it, but still make it G.I. Joe. Use the fucking designs that exist. Oh, it's so frustrating. Or here's one. What makes Cobra Commander cool? You don't know what he looks like. What makes Snake Eyes cool? You don't know what he looks like, and he doesn't talk. So let's not make a movie where we show their faces immediately and make a guy talk who doesn't talk. Why would we wipe out the entire mystique and cool factor of the character from the first minute of the movie? Like, I don't understand. Yeah, Cobra Bugs, a Cobra Hiss Tank even. A Hiss Tank is a fantastical looking vehicle. It might be black. It's not all weird colors, but have you ever seen a real world vehicle that looks exactly like a Hiss? No. So you could do a Hiss. You know what I mean? It's just, they meddle, and they have to put their stamp and their ego in there, and they have to, but then there's the merchandising, right? So you're going to have the whole merchandising wing. Like, well, if we did a movie and we used the exact character designs, and all the collectors already have this figure, why would they buy another figure that looks like this? We need to make the figure look completely different, so we get them to buy another toy. So I get that but you can still figure it out. You can make slight tweaks, right? Slight tweaks. But he's got to look like the guy, The Roboto design for the He-Man movie grinds my gears, especially when it looks like K2SO from Rogue One, and also grinds my gears is a great pun. I don't know if you did it on purpose, but I know it looks like every Hollywood fucking robot. The K2SO could be in Guardians of the Galaxy, and you wouldn't even look twice. Like the aesthetic is just so generic now. A bug on my screen would be crazy. On my big screen would be crazy. It would be. A bug would be amazing. Think about all the like a Pogo, Buzzbore, a Road Toad, maybe not a Road Toad, a Recon Sled, a Havoc, like on the big screen. You could slightly alter them a little bit to make movie versions, but don't do it so much that it doesn't look like the character anymore, or take all the color away from the character. They do that all the time. They will mute the color so much that they all kind of look like a muddy gray. You know, like give me Quick Kick with no shirt and no shoes, no service, and a big red sash and his bandana. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Give me Blowtorch in yellow and red. Give me Bazooka wearing a red football jersey. Dreadnoks would be badass TV series. Oh, it would be. That's a good point. Yeah, if they did like a Dreadnok, like if they really leaned into G.I. Joe where they're doing cartoons and movies and they got shows and it was like a full Marvel style, but not shitty like some of the Marvel stuff. But like, and they're like, we're gonna do a Dreadnok focus show, a Zartan show, a miniseries on Netflix or Apple TV or wherever. And it was like, I don't even need an origin to. I know, like it kind of fun. You could have flashbacks to origins, but like and these kind of shows, they have to show where everyone came from, and so you have to slog through all these background stories. And you're like, can we just get to the story? Like, I already like the character. You don't have to reinvent his background. Can we just get to fun stuff? You can have a flashback every so often to, or a single episode that explores, but the rest of the series, it shouldn't be like he was unless it's really compelling. I guess I could see a Cobra Commander origin where he's the used car salesman, but that could be a single episode. You don't need, I don't know. They get in too deep sometimes, and they never get any further because they don't make enough movies or enough show to get you past the origin thing. It's like the Batman problem, where you every time they start up a Batman franchise, they used to go back and do his parents getting killed and the Joker is like the same shit over and over. And you're like, okay, I know how he becomes Batman. Can we just not do this again? Dreadnoks would be a great TV series with G.I. Joe cameos. Yeah, that'd be fun as hell, man. Dreadnoks would be a great. I read that just like 2 seconds ago. Do a Joe Colton movie or series with the foundation of G.I. Joe. That could be, but they could also handle that in like if they did a G.I. Joe series and they tied it into Joe Colton somehow, they could do a single episode where they kind of explore Joe Colton, like back in the 60s or 70s or something, you know? Or well, now it depends on when you set it. If it's set in the 80s, if they did a for real G.I. Joe TV series, I would want it set in the 80s. But I've been saying that for 20 fucking years, you know? So there's been so many 80s shows, from Stranger Things to the Goldbergs to Donnie Darko. Donnie Darko was the first time I remember being like, wait a minute, this isn't now. They're using 80s music. Wait, are they in the 80s? I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. That came out in 2001, right? And I was like, oh, the 80s is kind of cool again. This is nice. And then everything became 80s after that. And the whole time, I'm like, why don't they fucking do a G.I. Joe show or something set in the 80s? Like, it's just sitting there. And no, we're too cool. No, we're going to do our G.I. Joe movie where Snake Eyes is all black, and that what makes him cool, his all black suit. So we'll put all the Joes in all black, and now Snake Eyes won't be it's different anymore and cool, and we'll give them the robot suits, and they can run real fast, and then we'll make Damon Wayans or whatever Wayans ripcord, even though he could have been somebody else. And why? Imagine a silent episode. That'd be why not? Your keyboard is killing you. Oh, dude, I typo all the time. I'm so over typing letter by letter these days. I just mash. I turn my spell check off because it would always fill in a word I didn't mean, and since it wasn't underlined, I would send it and nothing would make sense because I wouldn't reread it. or proofread it. So I turned my spell check off, but now it's just a bunch of gobbledygook half the time. Chuckles miniseries use the graphic novels explore infiltrating extensive enterprises and pay off his introduction as Crimson Guard. His introduction of the Crimson Guard with the Crimson Twins. And yeah, that'd be great. That's a great boom. Sell it. Sell it to a studio. Let's go, Chris. Put together your pitch. An episode with Storm Shadow, Stalker, Snake Eyes in Vietnam. Yeah, if it was set, if the G.I. Joe series was set in the 80s, then it could do like a whole episode that is that Vietnam flashback from the comic book. What happened to him and Dickie and Wade Collins. And then if you did the Chuckles one, you could tie the Crimson Guard into Wade Collins and do the Fred thing and like tie it all together. Holy shit, that'd be awesome. But no, you can't do that because Larry Hama already wrote it really well. So now you got to give some ego D-bag 30-year-old Hollywood writer who's never seen G.I. Joe anything the keys to write about G.I. Joe in his he wants to inject himself into the story and what he believes. We are stuck in hell. We're stuck in hell. That's where we are. An episode with Storm Shadow. Oh yeah, I read that again. Bro, what? Bro, that IDW series is my favorite Joe story. The Chuckles one? Yeah. Everybody loves that one. One of the best stories. J. Joe has great stories to tell. Unfortunately, the only ones who know it are us because we're the ones that watch the cartoon and read the comics. But the general public who might go randomly to a G.I. Joe movie, maybe not anymore because they've sucked so bad, but who might never get to see those stories because they decide that those stories aren't good enough for them, even though they're better than anything they could do, and they write their own shitty, hollow, soulless version of G.I. Joe. It never comes across as G.I. Joe, ever. That's the thing. There's so much out there. They need a whole universe to tell the stories. Yeah, but you could start, build it slowly over. You got to start somewhere. So start with a story, right? But you got to decide what you're doing. Are you doing a modern day? Are you doing 80s? For me, I would still take a stab at the 80s. I'd still do it. I do a G.I. Joe, like X-Men 97 or whatever. I would do G.I. Joe 1980s or G.I. Joe 87 or, even if you did a cartoon, get people to do Sunbow style cartoon and pick it up after the G.I. Joe movie, like the Sunbow series, Sunbow season we never got, I don't know. There's too much out there. At least we'll hopefully get the Skybound Energon cartoon. Hopefully. Nothing set in stone. So that would be great. That would be something. But maybe that'll springboard. Maybe you get that, and then G.I. Joe popularity is a little higher, and then they're like, we could lean into G.I. Joe 87 and do that, Two, also. It doesn't have to be one or the other, as long as, if they did it, and, the Invincible series from Skybound, that cartoon, I guess, did pretty well. So if they can, and Transformers usually does pretty well. So if you tie the Energon universe to Transformers, and G.I. Joe can kind of run on the coattails a little bit. Well, we'll see. We'll see, man. I don't know. For me, I get worked up about it here with you guys, but when I'm not talking about it, I just don't expect anything. I don't think about anything. I don't expect anything. If it happens, it's a bonus. It's a surprise. It's good. If it is good, it's even more of a bonus. But I don't expect it to happen at all. And if it does happen, I don't expect it to be good. And if it does end up being good, then it's a cake with frosting on it, and I'm happy. But yeah, because it's out of our control. We don't have control over that, unfortunately. So yeah. Holy crap. 11:11. Hey, that's my lucky time. What do we got? Open would love a more mature Transformers cartoon like Transformers Prime. Yeah, I mean I feel like if they did the Energon one, it would be more adult. I think they've already said that in the press release or whatever, or whatever news came out said it was going to be like more in the Invincible side where it's kind of more adult oriented. So that would be good. You know, the comic book is pretty dark in certain times, so that would be fun. So I think that's at least some hope that something's going to happen at some point outside of just getting figures in comic books. We'll get something else. And then I would expect if that does happen, we'll for sure get classified scale Energon versions of figures. You know what I mean? Hopefully Hasbro's still around, but who knows? Who knows? Leadership there is just not great. Not great. It's sad. It's really sad. That corporate C-suite layer just kind of, they know how to ruin good things. Get a good thing going, let's fuck it up. Let's come in and fuck it right up. I feel like that's what they do. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, man, I can't believe it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we'll be starting to see some stuff this week. Hopefully I get my phone swapped out by next week. I don't know how long it's going to take to do this or get it in the mail, but now I've got this set up, so this is pretty cool. Maybe I'll do an editing session soon. Let me see what I got going on here. I'm working on some shots. I did a series of shots like over the course of the last couple weeks, and I'm just trying to get the whole series in a good spot, or at least so deep into the series, and I can start posting them. What's the latest? They are being sued about Magic cards. Yeah, it's an interesting. So I am a stockholder. I don't have like a ton of shares, but I have some. And so he's being sued by some shareholders over the Magic cards thing because they're decreasing the value of the Magic cards on secondary market because they overprint the Magic cards, which I wouldn't say that's frivolous, but that's not going to go anywhere because it's not any corporation's responsibility to keep secondary market prices at a certain price. It's like, oh, you guys, Snow Job classified goes for $100 or whatever, but they made a retro card version of Snow Job, so it drove down the secondary price of the original one, so I'm going to sue. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, it's not their responsibility. But I don't think it's necessarily about that. I think it's more about supposedly lying to shareholders. I didn't get into the weeds, but it was like they overproduced and they somehow lied about it. So that's a problem. And it's also, I think, I've heard some rumblings from different people or theories that this could be there's multiple lawsuits coming in from different places. And it's really just trying to put pressure on the board to kind of oust Chris Cox and some other people, which if they came to me as a shareholder and asked me, I'd be like, yeah, get rid of them. Put them in a cannon and shoot them into space. That's what I would say. But we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting. It could literally be nothing. Or something could come of it. You never know. what can I do? I don't know what I'm doing in here, guys. So let's see what controls I have. Oh, I can share my screen. Huh. I don't want to break anything. All right, hold on. Let me clean up some of these things you guys aren't allowed to see. Sorry. All right, let's see. I got a lot of exploration stuff going on right now. All right, let me see what happens when I hit share screen. Oh no, I don't know if I can because of my system settings. Hold on, well, this will let me. Oh, maybe it will. All right, let me see. All right, let's see what happens. This might break everything. Okay, all right, there you go. All right, so here's an image I'm working on. It's a shot with Sarge obviously punching a bat. So that's one shot I'm working on now. And then what else? That's Sarge Bat's battle. Oh, there's a little something. Can't see that though. That's a test. That's a test. That's a test. Get a quick peek and that's it. A little test on that one. I thought I had another one of these open, but I guess I don't. Oh no, here we go. Battle 2. This might take a second to open. Yeah, this is a large file. It's a PSB file. It's not even a PSD. Here's another one. Another battle going on. So I got like a whole series happening here. So yeah, just a couple of these. I'm playing around with some of the colors and stuff, and you know, settings and stuff. It's just kind of a series I'm doing of like just a bat battle with Sarge. So that's that. That's cool. I can share the screen. So now I know what to do. So all right, so I can just do that. Okay, all right, cool. So now I can do some editing with you guys. Yeah, there's one. The test one is just the very like. There's another version. Skydro, I think you're gonna dig what I'm working on because, like I said, this is something I brought up before. I've been trying to think to do for like years, and I'm finally getting to it. So I'm putting it all together. It's just taking some time. So a lot of exploration. So I'll be doing more of that this weekend, and then I'll probably start posting these photos, maybe even tomorrow or Saturday, and then there'll be a sequence of them, and then there'll be a thing that comes after them, and then there's going to be like a little video too that goes with it too. If I can get that to work, we'll see. So thanks, guys. Yeah, I figured I'd show you something. Yeah, I was working on some different poses and stuff, so it's fun, to do actual battle scenes where people are fighting. I was looking at my photos. I'm like, I don't do too many like actual battle, even though the name is Plastic Battles. Where are the battles? So figured I'd do some. All right. Well, this is cool. I'm glad this worked. I didn't know if it was gonna. I might wrap up here, and then now that I know I can do this, I can share my screen and everything because then I can do some editing and whatnot. So I could probably, show how I do the work with the raw files on certain files with the colors, and then I mess around a lot of time, but I have a general rule on certain things, getting the levels correct and playing with the white balance and the colors and all that, and then I'll put it in the Photoshop. Then that's where I'll like take out stands or wires. I might do some other editing to it, some post where I'm adding elements in, or like on Budo where I'm shifting his eyes over. No AI bullshit here. None of that. I mean, I guess, I don't know. People get weird about the terminology. Well, you use whatever it is, replace, or what's it? Fill. Use fill to take out wires. I'm like, yeah, I did fill when it was Adobe Sensei before it was even called AI. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people who are like, I'm gonna hold this in my hand, and take a photo of it and then put it into ChatGPT or wherever. And then say, like, put this guy in the jungle surrounded by whatever. And it does all the lighting and it does the ground he's standing on. And it does the background. And all you did was just like hold him up in shitty lighting and take a phone picture. I'm like, that's not photography. I'm sorry. That's not. So you can call it something else, but it's not photography. So don't forget the, you know what, Skydro? You can see yourself out. Cool. This is cool. All right, so guys, I think what I'll do is, I don't know. It's up to you guys. Maybe I got to do a poll. Maybe I'll do a poll tomorrow on Instagram. Like, do you want Thursday Night Battles to stay on Instagram, or would you rather do it in YouTube? I kind of want to keep this on Instagram, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. I can do it here also. Because I feel like Thursday Night Battles is more just a hangout, you know, and discussion. If we want to like go over photos and editing and stuff, I could do it in its own here, you know. I like the screen share here on YouTube, honestly. Okay, all right. YouTube, please. Okay, all right, it's 2 votes for YouTube. Maybe this becomes a YouTube thing. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm fine with whatever. Maybe that's what I'll do. All right, I'll put in some work. Now I'm gonna go overboard, try to create screen graphics and things that I don't even need to do. Oh, I got something else to show you guys. You want to see one more thing before we go? Or no? Or do you not want to see anything? What do you guys think? Yes or no? Let me know what you think. Let me get it queued up. Let me get it queued up in case you want to see it. I got to pull 2 things to get it ready. Where is it? Okay. Slow roll. All right, here we go. That's what I want. There we go. Come over here. There we go. All right. Okay. All right. Show. Yes, please. Okay. So, in the vein of YouTube and what we're doing now, which is a live YouTube show, I've talked about doing the live kind of like photo, I hate to use the word, photo review show, G.I. Joe toy photography review show. And I was going to do G.I. Joe-tographer, but it was hard to say. And it was just like, I don't know. I mean, it's a fun pun, but it's not easy to say. It's a little clunky. And like, I don't know if I want to go and start branding it that way and doing that whole thing. I want something a little more fun, a little easier, and a little lighter, you know. Prime Toying Around says maybe switch between. I didn't see some regulars that I see in the Instagram chat. It's good. That's a good point. It could be that we need to get them up to speed to come to YouTube, or it could mean they don't want to come to YouTube. So maybe, you know what I could do? I could always split it and do like, there's 2 ways to do it. I could do half the show on YouTube and half on Instagram, you know, go Instagram for like an hour, go to YouTube for, or whatever, half hour, whatever. Or I can broadcast to both. And I was looking at that, but so I could set it up here, broadcast YouTube and Instagram, but it is very clunky from what I was looking at. I'm like, oh, there could be bugs and you might not see the comments on YouTube. So it might be not worth the trouble. So I'll think about it. All right. So I'm going to start the live show soon. I need to get some ducks in a row as far as like whose schedules are available when. And I'm working on a shorter intro, like just a quick intro video for the thing. But I changed the name. I already changed the logo on the Joe-tographer Instagram account. I already changed that. I didn't change the name yet. But I thought it'd be fun because I'm going to do it Monday nights. and I was like, I'll just make it fun. So it's gonna be like the graphic one because I love my 70s and 80s on screen TV station program indents, when the logos come up and I could eat that. If it would those are crackers, I would be eating those all day long. So what I did, since it's gonna be on Mondays, I went to the obvious thing. Share my screen again. And you guys know what's on Mondays, but this is the 1980 graphic for Monday Night Football. And it animates and it comes into position and there's cool music and it glows. So this is my inspiration. And this is what it's gonna look like. Monday Night Shootout, everybody. That's what it's gonna be called. And I'm working on an animation for this, for the intro, like in After Effects animation. With I'm actually having someone do it, and then once that's done, we'll be good. And I'm going to set up the graphics in here, and then we'll start doing. It'll probably be not every Monday. It'll probably be every couple weeks, just so that we have enough photos to talk about. Once we get our feet on us, if we go to weekly, that'd be great. But I'm going to try to do it every other week, and we'll go from there. But that's what it's going to be called, Monday Night Shootout. So yeah, so there you go. There you have it. So this is in progress, and you can see like the inspiration where it came from. I had to do a lot of work to get the font to work right because this font wasn't a font back then. This was actually typeset. And when they translated the actual type to fonts for computers, they didn't make the characters with the pointy M's. And it was the M's weren't right. What else was wrong? The A and the M's were wrong. And I had to like rebuild the font in order to get it to work. So that was good. But anyway, so there's that. So I'll be working on it. Now I'm not going to give a date yet, but I'm still working on it. I got to get I'm actually working with a guy to get because I'm like, I could do this in After Effects myself, but I just do not have time. Yes, Chris, I already thought about, can I just AI that? Can I AI Howard Cosell voice? Like and I guess I could take a bunch of his clips and feed it to a generator and then have it sound like him. And I still might try to do that, but then I was like, what's the legality of that? Am I allowed to do that? What about his family, his estate? Are they cool with that? Are they even going to care? So, but yeah, Howard Cosell voice, I need it. I kind of need it. I can't imitate him. So I'm going to see if I got a friend who can imitate him and he can just record the intro for me. Yeah, I was thinking about doing that whole introduction. Like if you guys go on YouTube and watch old Monday Night Football intros, they have whole games on from the 70s and 80s. The whole intro they would do to the game and the Howard Cosell voice, and the one I was watching was for this logo graphic intro for 1980 was Bears at Browns. And they talk about Walter Payton. He does the whole thing. I guess I could do a stupid Howard Cosell. But he did like the whole intro, and I'm like, oh my God. It was the music and everything. Oh, it's so good. But yeah, so that'll be it. So we'll start that up soon. I'm not going to put a date on it, but it's soon. Gears are starting to turn. So I'm hoping by, next few weeks we get the first episode going, and we do it every couple weeks. Probably be Monday nights 9ish, 7ish, 8ish, 9ish, in that window. I don't know exactly what time yet. 7, 8, 9 o'clock, something like that. So I'll let you know. I'm gonna try to aim for a little earlier, maybe like 7, but we'll see. I gotta get everything lined up. All right, guys. Well, an hour and a half. So wrapping up. Thanks for hopping over to YouTube. This was cool. I'm glad it worked out, and we'll see how we go Thursday night battles from now on. But definitely be doing more here on YouTube. So I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good weekend, and who knows? Maybe even Sunday or something we can jam about what came out. Let's see how much time I got Sunday. We could talk about what they've been showing. So, talk to you then. Yo, Joe.